सुनने वालों को सिराज ज़ैदी का बहुत बहुत प्यार भरा आदाब, नमस्कार and good afternoon. You're very welcome to the program. You're listening to Apna Radio broadcasting at 93.9 Dublin South FM. So I'm running out of breath already, but it's 3 o'clock and Sunday, Thursday 3 o'clock, and then 7:30 India time, and that's where we broadcast to the world, and hopefully you will be with me for the next hour or so, because program is packed as usual with lovely goodie items and lovely things. So without further ado, I would be going straight to the news section, and will be playing the news item, news of the week. And instead of Charmaine today, we have Sharad, our London correspondents, who put together a lovely news item. So sit back, relax, and listen to the news of the week.
Good afternoon. You are listening to Apna Radio on 93.9 Dublin South FM. This is Sharad Awasthi with India This Week, 9th October 2025. Supreme Court questions Election Commission on Bihar voter rolls. The Supreme Court has asked the Election Commission of India to come clean on the names added and removed from Bihar's final voter list. The court said transparency and open access to information are the soul of democracy. Over 21.5 lakh new voters have been added to the rolls, while 3.66 lakh names have been deleted from the special revision. The bench led by Justice Suryakant wanted to know whether these new entries were fresh names or restorations from the earlier deletions. Bihar now has 7.42 crore registered voters, slightly more than 7.24 crore in the earlier draft rolls. The court also asked if voters were removed had been formally informed so that they could file appeals. The matter will come up on Thursday again. Bihar gears up for two-phase assembly polls next month. The first phase of the voting will take place on November 6th for 121 constituencies, and the second on November 11 for remaining 122 constituencies. Counting of votes will be held on November 14. Alongside the Bihar elections, by-elections will also be held in Jammu Kashmir, Rajasthan, Jharkhand, Telangana, Punjab, Mizoram and Odisha. Bihar has 243 seats in total, of which 203 are general, 38 are reserved for scheduled caste and 2 for scheduled tribes. There are 14 lakh first-time voters, 1.6 crore in their 20s, and nearly 14,000 centenarians. That means over 100 years of age. Polling will be held at over 90,000 booths, most in rural areas. The voter turnout will be updated live through Election Commission's new digital platform, ECI-Net. In the investigation in the death of popular Assamese singer Zubeen Garg, the CID says 7 people who were with him in Singapore have not yet responded to the summons. Only one person, Roop Kamal Kalita, has appeared before the special investigation team. Zubeen Garg died on September 19 after reportedly drowning while swimming off a yacht. The CID is examining every angle, including possible lapse in safety and response. Nobel Prizes for 2025 continues to be announced. In medicine, the award went to Mary Brucknow, Fred Ramdell and Shimon Sakaguchi for their pioneer work on how the human body prevents immune cells from attacking itself. This is a breakthrough that could change treatment for autoimmune diseases. In physics, John Clark, Michael Deverett and John Martinez were recognized for advances in quantum tunneling, the strange subatomic effect that could one day power faster computers and secure digital networks. The Peace Prize will be announced on Friday. Donald Trump would be looking at it interestingly, and Economic Prize on October 13th. Prime Minister Modi had inaugurated Navi Mumbai Airport and Mumbai Metro Line. He has inaugurated Phase 1 of the long-awaited Navi Mumbai International Airport and the final section of Mumbai Metro Line number 3. He has also launched Mumbai One, a single mobile app which will integrate 11 public transport services from metro to buses, taxis and suburban trains. The Navi Mumbai International Airport is estimated to be built at a cost of $2 billion. Himachal Pradesh landslide kills at least 15. In the tragedy, Himachal Pradesh district Bilaspur on Tuesday had a major landslide where it crushed a private bus near Bhalu Ghat in Jhanduta subdivision. At least 15 people have been confirmed dead, with several others feared trapped under the debris. Rescue and relief operations are continuing throughout the night. Officials warn the death toll may rise as more bodies are recovered. Heavy rains and unstable slopes have been reported across the region over past few days in the monsoon season of India. Election Commission will review the West Bengal voter list. In the next step, the Election Commission of India will send senior officials to West Bengal this week. They will spend 2 days reviewing preparation for the upcoming Special Voter List Revision (SIR) and checking the infrastructure in key districts. This comes amid concerns over voter deletions and data accuracy ahead of the 2026 Bengal state elections. Anand and Kasparov will face off after 30 years. Two giants of chess, Vishwanathan Anand and Garry Kasparov, are set to clash again after 3 decades. They will compete in a 12-game chess 960 match at St. Louis Chess Club in the US. The format randomizes the position of the black row pieces, testing creativity over memory. The total prize pool is $144,000. The fans around the world are calling it a battle of legends. Bollywood is back in Britain. Sir Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister of Britain, announced 𝐻 Films project, and London therefore is making a cinematic headlines with the collaboration. The UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has announced that 𝐻 Films will shoot 3 major movies across the United Kingdom from early 2026. The announcement came after the British Prime Minister's visit to Studio's Mumbai headquarters. The deal is expected to create over 3,000 jobs and bring in millions of pounds to the British economy. 𝐻 Films, founded by late Yash Chopra, marks 20 years of operation this week, and it says this will be their biggest overseas venture yet. That's it from me. Charmaine will be back here next week from holiday. Until then, keep listening to Apna Radio 93.9 Dublin South FM.
Thank you so much indeed, Sharad, for putting together a lovely news item. Yes, hopefully Charmaine will be back next week, but if not, she's away on holiday to Mexico. So I don't know whether she'll be back next week or not, because normally the holidays is 2 weeks holiday. But we have lots of goodies, as news says that the lovely items are happening. And this particular background that I would like to tell you about, what Keir Starmer is talking about and why all of that is happening. This is something, the relationship between 𝐻 and the British films and the British industry is very old. It's not new. Why? Because 𝐻 has got, now the government is playing a big part in playing 3-picture deal has been made. Why? Because a beautiful film called Homecoming, which was produced by 𝐻 Productions with the money of Adar Poonawalla, 100 crores money has been invested by Adar Poonawalla into 𝐻 production, and actually it's Karan Johar's production rather than Dharma production, rather than 𝐻. 𝐻 is also very much part of the in the entire thing. So hopefully it'll be interesting to see what kind of films will be made, or will there be a same type of jumping jacks type of films, love stories, cross culture love story, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, and all those fun films that are shot in London. London has become, or should I say UK has become, the hub of all films, and that is an interesting way of looking at it. So my effort to bring the films here is another uphill task, I would say, Herculean task, because no government is supporting me personally to make it films, happening here from Bollywood. And despite the fact that the festival is going strength in strength, and a lot of things are happening The festival is happening, the guests are coming, and all that is all very well. But translating into production, is another great effort that I'm trying to actually push it as much as I can. But that's what it is. I mean, one can only try. But the next major thing that we're going to talk about is the renewable energy. And Sharad has put together a very, very big program about renewable energy, and he's done a great research. So let's sit back and hear what he has to say.
Met all of the world's increased electricity demand in the first half of this year. In fact, so in these current times, not everything is a bad news. There are moments of genuine progress, and they all deserve some kind of happiness and celebration. Humanity's long and difficult energy transition has reached an extraordinary milestone in this month. Renewable energy has for the first time overtaken coal as the world's leading source of electricity. So according to this new data from Ember, which is a global energy think tank, solar and wind energy together met all of the world's increased electricity demand in the first half of this year. In fact, their rapid expansion of both solar and wind energy has even caused a slight decline in the traditional coal and gas usage. And this trend is symbolic and a substantial shift in the global energy landscape. Yet, as the most global stories, the headline conceals deep contradictions. Developing nations, particularly China and India, they have powered their renewal surge. Many wealthier countries, on the other hand, including United States and members of European Union, they have moved in the opposite direction, and they are turning back to the same climate warming fossil fuels to meet their demand. Now, Ukraine war and the strategic disruption of gas supply from Russia to Europe, that is also responsible to great extent for this reverse swing. So if you observe closely, this reality actually punctures a popular narrative that developing nations are the problem, while the industrialized world, the developed world, the first world, holds the moral high ground. Now that has changed. The data suggest that the emerging economies are leading the charge towards a cleaner future. So the divide is only likely to grow in future. The recent report by International Energy Agency, it suggests that the renewable energy growth in United States in this decade has been cut by half. And the change reflects the rollback of clean energy incentives under Donald Trump's administration. So Donald Trump comes here too, along with the geopolitics. He's everywhere. And it is in striking contrast to China's expansion of solar and wind energy power. So back to the energy transition. Coal remains the single largest source of global electricity. We know that. And it's a position which is there forever since we have been talking about electricity. But then this dominance of coal is slowing down. China continues to add new coal plants still, but these plants are a replacement of older and inefficient polluting units. And also coal plants are required because they are backup for the intermittent renewable supply. So I will come to explain how the renewable power supply is intermittent. So China has added more clean energy capacity than the rest of the world combined. Now this is a little bit of surprise and not so. While it is allowing to reduce fossil fuel generation, though it is small, 2%, but still very significant if you go by that trend. India is also following a similar path, and it is installing substantially in large number new solar and wind capacity, and which in turn has registered a decline, again 2%, in the coal and gas usage. So if you look at India, India remains the world's third largest consumer after China and US, and historically it is heavily dependent on coal, which accounts to about 70% of its electricity generation. However, in the last decade, there is a profound shift towards renewable energy and basically towards solar and wind. And this is, if you are following the news, this is because of the energy security because 82% of the oil is imported in India. It accounts for $137 billion annually, which is about 3.5 to 4% of GDP, depends on the dollar value. But more than that, it is a strategic resource. It is highly dependent. India is highly dependent, and all the economy sectors are consequential to the import. So it becomes a national security issue. Therefore, having an energy security is a priority in these modern times. Also, there is a economic logic that it costs more to import oil, but then the renewable energy components like the solar and the wind turbine for India, the costs are coming down because of the Chinese imports. And then, of course, India has committed to net zero by 2070, which is like another 50 years about. Currently, India is trying to be on the renewable energy path. It plans to triple the non-fossil fuel energy in next 5 to 6 years, which I think is too ambitious, but then it is good to aim high. The important part that we are seeing as far as India is concerned, that for first time in decades, the amount of additional electricity that is needed by India, they are not coming by burning coal or gas. It is coming by renewable energy. And this trend is a turning point in India's history of energy transition also. In contrast, the US and the European Union are lagging behind as far as supplementing or fulfilling their additional electricity demands are concerned. In the US, the shortfall in the new electricity demand is coming from the fossil fuels. In Europe, because of the weak winds and hydropower performance, they are turning Europe towards coal and gas. So like we discussed, one is the demand which is currently fulfilled by the fossil fuel, the petrol, the gas. And second is the additional demand that increases year on year. That is being fulfilled by the renewable sources like wind and solar. So that is the good news. And this additional electricity that we are talking about, out of that additional, more than 83% is coming from the solar energy. And this is because the cost of solar panels have nearly halved in last 20 years. And this is going to be exponentially getting cheaper in coming times. Now, the consequence is that the solar power has become inexpensive and the entire national market can emerge within a year, particularly where the grid electricity is costly and unreliable. So now what is grid electricity? It is the electricity which is coming to your homes from all directions, from a network of all expensive large power stations. And because they are interconnected with these power cables and overhead transmissions, they are expensive. So on the other hand, solar energy, because of the solar panels, it is easier, it is cheaper, and it is more or less localized. And this has helped countries like Pakistan, for instance. They have imported lots of solar panels. And in fact, they have doubled the solar energy capacity in the previous year. And roughly 1/3 of the country's capacity is by solar energy. Similarly, across Africa, solar imports have surged by more than 60% year on year. And the leading countries are South Africa and Nigeria. And if you look at the smaller countries like Algeria, Zambia, Botswana, they too have grown exponentially in solar energy. Now, solar energy has become such a favorite that in countries like Afghanistan, they are using this energy to run water pumps, sucking water from the ground, and there is a widespread depletion of groundwater. So there is a challenge of solar energy getting localized, and there will be environmental dilemmas in future. But then overall, globally, the pattern is clear. There are countries in the Sun Belt across Asia, Africa, and Latin America, and they are rapidly embracing solar panels, solar power to meet their energy demands of daytime. And because of the affordable batteries these days, they are able to store that energy, and it is cutting cost and it is improving reliability almost immediately. But for the nations which are on the wind belt, the transition is difficult, like the good part of Europe or some parts of US. Now, wind turbines, those big fans that you see across the fields, the costs have not fallen as dramatically as the solar because of the higher interest rates, and therefore the project financing costs are higher. Also, for the wind turbines, you require the grid infrastructure, like I just explained. And because of that, the wind farms have to be shut down because the power they are generating, the governments are not able to transmit to the right place. So the technology is there, but it's a poor planning and a failure of planning that is leading to less usage of the wind farms. Again, you would know who is taking advantage of that. This is the very argument now Trump is playing against the renewable energy and now pushing the country, United States, in favor of fossil fuel. He's also pushing the country into fracking, which is like gas exploration between the rocks. And that is highly polluting. It damages the entire landscape, which is near the fracking projects. Some other day, we will discuss about the fracking. But for now, let's understand that it is part of the fossil fuel and it is damaging to the planet. So what is the picture that is emerging in the new energy world? China's dominance in the clean technology industry is widening. In August 2025 alone, last month, Chinese clean tech exports hit a record 20 billion. And these two sectors, the wind and the solar, China is fast, not only domestically transitioning to cleaner energy, but it is exporting the energy transition also. And like we have discussed, United States, by contrast, is pushing for greater exports of oil and gas, which is regressive and could isolate the country in this rapidly decarbonizing global economy. Now, Trump's policy have slowed America's clean energy momentum, while the rest of the world wants to accelerate into the clean energy. So while this is going on, then comes the Ukraine war, and Europe had to cut short its dependence on the Russian gas, which in turn became the reason for US to increase its production of oil and supply it to Europe. Also, renewable energy comes with its own challenges. It is the electricity supply. They must balance out between what people need and how much they are able to provide. So if the winters are lull or winds are reduced, there are clouds, then there is a problem with the solar and the wind turbines, wind energy. So any government cannot tell its people that just because we had a cloudy winter, use less electricity, or because there were less winds, we have less electricity. So in order to compensate, the fossil fuel power stations have to run continuously as a backup. So there is an element of skepticism, which to some extent is right when it comes to transportation, when it comes to industrial use, and creating a continuous supply of energy. Again, comes a legitimate concern. The impact of artificial intelligence data centers, that is going to be huge. So for example, I read somewhere, one query on your ChatGPT, that amounts to one electricity bulb running for the entire night. So that is the kind of energy required to run your GPT queries. And by the day, the usage of artificial intelligence tools are going to increase. So there is going to be a massive power consumption by artificial intelligence data centers, which by today's calculation is not going to get fulfilled by purely solar and wind turbines. So fossil fuel has to be there in order to have a sustained electricity supply. So there is both a trend towards a safer, cleaner and cheaper source of power, while there has to be a reliable source in fossil fuels. In the end, we can only say that the world's energy story so far is moving in the right direction, but the challenges are far from over. Every day we will have new challenges, but then somewhere the sun and the wind will take over the coal and the oil. This is going to be the future. With those positive news, I leave you until next week. Stay safe, stay informed, and dutifully ask questions. Bye for now.
Your community radio for South Dublin. Dublin South FM.
Unleash the fun at Ireland's Family Pet Expo on Saturday the 18th and Sunday the 19th of October at the National Show Centre, Swords. Discover a pet lover's paradise. You'll find pigs, ponies, petting farm, reptiles, birds of prey and so much more. With almost 200 trade stands, live demonstrations, tail talks, dog shows and the famous breed village, it's a pet lover's dream. It's a great pet-friendly day out for all the family. And don't forget, kids go free, dogs go free and parking is free. Proudly sponsored by Agria Pet Insure.
Broadcasting from the Dundrum Town Centre. This is Dublin South FM.
Indeed, welcome back to the program. 93.9 is the program, is the radio station, and I shall be actually looking into many things. The thing is that there's so much things are happening in the world out there. There is a classical program. There is a culture program that is happening right here in at the Royal Irish Academy, and I would tell you all about it, how and when it is taking place. So this is a very good program. It's called the Dublin Live Performance, and that is called the Culture Express, Culture Fusion, Classic Fusion, Live Performance and things like that, of Royal Academy of Irish Music. Now, presented by the Culture Express, which is a new organization, and who's coming? Kumar Sharma coming, and that is taking place on Sunday, the 19th of October. It's called the Kathak Rockers. What is Kathak Rockers? I'm really excited. Beyond Shaha is the man behind the whole concept, and that is happening at 5 p.m. Venue is the Royal Irish Academy, as I said. So those who are interested, hopefully I will bring them next week here in the studio, and we'll talk about it and listen to from the horse's mouth what it's all about. But that's a fantastic development, a new development that is taking place in the landscape of cultural and things like that. So there you go. But this is fantastic. The energy chapter is as a new chapter in the life of, because there's solar, plenty of solar, and there's an abundance of solar, anything like that. But anyway, sit back, relax, and enjoy the tracks that I have chosen today. Sahir Ludhanwi is here with me, so sit back, relax, and enjoy that.
Abhi na jao chhod kar के दिल अभी भरा नहीं अभी ना जाओ छोड़ कर के दिल अभी भरा नहीं अभी अभी तो आई हो अभी अभी तो अभी अभी तो आई हो बहार बन के छाई हो हवा जरा महक तो ले नजर जरा बहक तो ले ये शाम ढल तो ले जरा ये शाम ढल तो ले जरा ये दिल संभल तो ले जरा मैं थोड़ी देर जी तो लूं नशे के घूंट भी तो लूं नशे के घूंट पी तो लूं अभी तो कुछ कहा नहीं अभी तो कुछ सुना नहीं अभी ना जाओ छोड़ कर के दिल अभी भरा नहीं कि दिल अभी भरा नहीं। अधूरी आस छोड़ के, अधूरी प्यास छोड़ के जो रोज यूं ही जाओगी तो किस तरह निभाओगी कि जिंदगी की राह में जवां दिलों की चाह में कई मकाम आएंगे जो हमको आजमाएंगे। बुरा ना मानो बात का, ये प्यार है गिला नहीं।
हाँ, यही कहोगे तुम सदा कि दिल अभी भरा नहीं।
हाँ, दिल अभी भरा नहीं।
नहीं 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 नहीं।
कभी कभी मेरे दिल में ख्याल आता है,
कभी कभी मेरे दिल में ख्याल आता है कि जैसे तुझको बनाया गया है मेरे लिए, कि जैसे तुझको बनाया गया है मेरे लिए। तू अब से पहले सितारों में बस रही थी कहीं, तू अब से पहले सितारों में बस रही थी कहीं। तुझे ज़मीं पे बुलाया गया है मेरे लिए, तुझे ज़मीं पे बुलाया गया है मेरे लिए। कभी कभी मेरे दिल में ख्याल आता है कि ये बदन ये निगाहें मेरी अमानत हैं, कि ये बदन ये निगाहें मेरी अमानत हैं। ये गेसुओं की घनी छाँव है मेरी खातिर, ये होठ और ये बाहें मेरी अमानत हैं, ये होठ और ये बाहें मेरी अमानत हैं। कभी कभी मेरे दिल में ख्याल आता है कि जैसे बजती है शहनाइयाँ सी राहों में, कि जैसे बजती है शहनाइयाँ सी राहों में।
सुहाग रात है घूंघट उठा रहा हूँ मैं,
सुहाग रात है घूंघट उठा रहा हूँ मैं। सिमट रही है तू शर्मा के अपनी बाहों अपनी बाहों में। कभी कभी मेरे दिल में ख्याल आता है कि जैसे तू मुझे चाहेगी उम्र भर यूं ही उठेगी मेरी तरफ प्यार की नजर यूं ही।
मैं जानता हूँ कि तू गैर है मगर यूं ही, मैं जानता हूँ कि तू गैर है मगर यूं ही। कभी कभी मेरे दिल में ख्याल आता है,
कभी कभी मेरे दिल में ख्याल आता है।
That is Sahir Ludhanwi, and Sahir has written amazing songs and poetry that has been translated into songs in Indian cinema. And Sir Sahir is what can I say? I mean, he's one of the best lyricist in the film industry. That has been, he's no more, of course. But you know what? And there is a show, a stage show is going on called I Am Sahir or something like that. Sahir Ludhanwi. Something is done by Hoshiar Repertoire, and Danish Hussain is playing the Sahir Ludhanwi. That's the reason I played Sahir songs today. And Danish is connected with me with the on the Facebook, so I really talk about it, about a few things here, there, and everywhere. But these are the real artists. An artist is something which would work very hard to make the art happen. Anyway, today, as I said, I will stay with Sahir Ludhanwi, who's done amazing work in the film industry and has earned his name and through his lyrics. There is a shortage and there is a really dearth of, a good, good lyricist who are responsible for that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But we will be continuing playing Sahir today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this particular track.
शोलों की आँच आए बर्फीली राहों से, लगे कदमों से आग लिपटती, नज़ारे हम क्या देखें, नज़ारे हम क्या देखें।
तुझे मिल के भी प्यास नहीं घटती, नज़ारे हम क्या देखें, नज़ारे हम क्या देखें।
रंगों की बरखा है, खुशबू का साथ है,
किसको पता है अब दिन है कि रात है।
ला 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 ला। रंगों की बरखा है, खुशबू का साथ है,
किसको पता है अब दिन है कि रात है। लगे दुनिया ही आज सिमटती, नज़ारे हम क्या देखें, नज़ारे हम क्या देखें।
तेरे चेहरे से नजर नहीं हटती, नज़ारे हम क्या देखें, नज़ारे हम क्या देखें। चेहरा छुपाया है।
ला 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 ला, पलकों पे फैला तेरी पलकों का साया है।
चेहरे ने तेरे मेरा चेहरा छुपाया है। तेरे जलवों की धुंध नहीं छटती, नजारे हम क्या देखें, नजारे हम क्या देखें।
तुझे मिल के भी प्यास नहीं घटती, नजारे हम क्या देखें, नजारे हम क्या देखें।
तेरे चेहरे से नजर नहीं हटती, नजारे हम क्या देखें, नजारे हम क्या देखें, नजारे हम।
मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ा। बर्बादियों का सोग मनाना फजूल था, बर्बादियों का सोग मनाना फजूल था, मनाना फजूल था, मनाना फजूल था। बर्बादियों का जश्न मनाता चला गया, बर्बादियों का जश्न मनाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ा। जो मिल गया उसी को मुकद्दर समझ लिया, जो मिल गया उसी को मुकद्दर समझ लिया, मुकद्दर समझ लिया, मुकद्दर समझ लिया। जो खो गया मैं उसको भुलाता चला गया, जो खो गया मैं उसको भुलाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ा। गम और खुशी में फर्क न महसूस हो जहां, गम और खुशी में फर्क न महसूस हो जहां, न महसूस हो जहां, न महसूस हो जहां। मैं दिल को उस मकाम पे लाता चला गया, मैं दिल को उस मकाम पे लाता चला गया, मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया।
ज़ोहरा जबी तुझे मालूम नहीं, तू अभी तक है हंसी और मैं जवान, तुझ पे कुर्बान मेरी जान मेरी जान। ऐ मेरी ज़ोहरा जबी तुझे मालूम नहीं, तू अभी तक है हंसी और मैं जवान, तुझ पे कुर्बान मेरी जान मेरी जान। ये शोखियाँ ये बाकपन जो तुझ में है कहीं नहीं, ये शोखियाँ ये बाकपन जो तुझ में है कहीं नहीं, दिलों को जीतने का फन जो तुझ में है कहीं नहीं। मैं तेरी आँखों में पा गया दो जहां, मैं तेरी आँखों में पा गया दो जहां। ऐ मेरी ज़ोहरा जबी तुझे मालूम नहीं, तू अभी तक है हंसी और मैं जवान, तुझ पे कुर्बान मेरी जान मेरी जान। मीठे बोल जाने मन जो मुस्कुरा के बोल दे, तू मीठे बोल जाने मन जो मुस्कुरा के बोल दे, तो धड़कनों में आज भी शराबी रंग घोल दे। ओ सनम मैं तेरा आशिक़े जाविदां, ओ सनम मैं तेरा आशिक़े जाविदां। ऐ मेरी ज़ोहरा जबी तुझे मालूम नहीं, तू अभी तक है हंसी और मैं जवान, तुझ पे कुर्बान मेरी जान मेरी जान। ऐ मेरी ज़ोहरा जबी तुझे मालूम नहीं, तू अभी तक है हंसी और मैं जवान, तुझ पे कुर्बान मेरी जान मेरी जान।
Yeah, मेरे भाइयों, these are all Sahir songs, and these are wonderful songs that Sahir has actually written. So there's another one beautiful song that's coming up. So sit back, relax, and enjoy that.
तो मैं बता दूं मेरे दिल में आज क्या है, तू कहे तो मैं बता दूं, तेरी जुल्फ फिर संवारूं, तेरी मांग फिर सजा दूं, मेरे दिल में आज क्या है, तू कहे तो मैं बता दूं। मुझे देवता बनाकर तेरी चाहतों ने पूजा, मुझे देवता बनाकर तेरी चाहतों ने पूजा। मेरा प्यार कह रहा है मैं तुझे खुदा बना दूं, मेरा प्यार कह रहा है मैं तुझे खुदा बना दूं, मेरे दिल में आज क्या है, तू कहे तो मैं बता दूं। कोई ढूंढने भी आए दे, मैं तुझे कहीं छुपा दूं, तू मुझे कहीं छुपा दे, मैं तुझे कहीं छुपा दूं। मेरे दिल में आज क्या है तू कहे तो मैं बता दूं।
मेरे दिल में आज क्या है तू कहे तो मैं बता दूं, तेरी मांग फिर सवारूं. Beautiful song, beautiful words. What can I say? Sahir is just incredibly beautiful in his words, in his language and all that. But anyway, this is something fantastic, and the time is really running out, and I would like to play another song of Sahir Ludhanwi before I would say goodbye to you. And so sit back, relax and enjoy this particular song, and I'll be back to say goodbye again. Thank you.
मगर साथ देने का वादा करो, मैं यूं ही मस्त नगमे लुटाता रहूं। तुम मुझे देख कर मुस्कुराती रहो, मैं तुम्हें देख कर गीत गाता रहूं। तुम मगर साथ देने का वादा करो, मैं यूं ही मस्त नगमे लुटाता रहूं। कितने जलवे फिजाओं में बिखरे, मगर मैंने अब तक किसी को पुकारा नहीं। तुमको देखा तो नजरें ये कहने लगी, हमको चेहरे से हटना गवारा नहीं। तुम मगर मेरी नजरों के आगे रहो, मैं हर एक शय से नजरें चुराता रहूं। तुम मगर साथ देने का वादा करो, मैं यूं ही मस्त नगमे लुटाता रहूं। मैंने ख्वाबों में बरसों तराशा जिसे, तुम वही संगे मरमर की तस्वीर हो। तुम ना समझो तुम्हारा मुकद्दर समझता हूँ तुम मेरी तकदीर हो, तुम मगर मुझको अपना समझने लगो, मैं बहारों की महफिल सजाता रहूं, तुम मगर।
जी मेरे भाइयों, अगर कोई साथ दे आपका तो दिल चाहता है कि आप मस्त नगमे लुटाते रहें, यही मैं कहूँगा। और दैट इज़ व्हाट आई से, दैट इफ somebody can actually give you a company, then you feel like you're a king and you will be continuing your generosity to the world. मस्त नगमों का मतलब यही है कि, I mean, anyway, time is up. I shall be back next week, same time, same place, 93.9 Dublin South FM. Thank you very much for listening to me today. And I'm sorry that I was thin in terms of the content today, but then again, Sharad has covered the huge ground today. And I shall be back next week, same time, same place, 93.9 Dublin South FM. Thank you very much, all my technical team here at the DSFM. And of course, Sharad Awasthi in London for putting together today's show. Bye for now. Have a great weekend.
चलती रहो, मैं ज़मीन पर सितारे बिछाता रहूं, तुम मगर साथ देने का वादा करो, मैं यूं ही मस्त नगमे लुटाता रहूं, तुम मुझे देखकर मुस्कुराती रहो, मैं तुम्हें देख कर गीत गाता रहूं।